We sheltered behind this tiny reef during a crazy storm in the Pacific Ocean, and although we've been rolling around all week in 5-meter waves, it gave us enough protection to be safe at least. But before we head back out offshore, there's one really important job we have to do on our boat. It's not the best place to go up the mast, it's certainly not the right conditions, but we have no choice, and it's better than doing it out there when everything has hit the fan.
All right, with the light fading, we are still trying to take advantage of this day where the wind has finally stopped, or at least reduced. It's like 9 knots of wind or something right now. It's incredibly low compared to what we've had. And you may notice I am able to stand still without falling all over the place because the waves have also died down. Meaning this is weirdly the perfect time to deal with one task that we have been putting off for a little bit too long. Our main halyard. You might not be able to see, but just up there, it has been chafing against the lazy jacks, which are also looking in the worst for wear. And so whilst we have got fresh lines to do lazy jacks, we don't have enough time. So for now, what we're gonna do is change out the halyard, because if that goes, our way of getting to the top of the mast is complicated. So if we can get the halyard changed out now, then later we can get onto the lazy jacks, because I think they will survive another passage, but I'm not so sure the halyard will. However, with the sun going down, we do have to move quite quickly, so I'm going to put on a bunch of harnesses and bits and pieces. The overall plan is to get to the top, somehow connect myself to the topping lift so that I can untie the one and only line that is able to get me up and back down without complications.
Okay, going up.
It looks like our Saltar hasn't done quite so well in the big winds, so maybe that gets put on the list as well. We had 49 knots of wind the other night, and unsurprisingly, our little homemade flags maybe aren't up to the task.
Okay.
Cool, we have arrived. And the mast light's on, so it must be dark. So the plan is to untie the blue line that I am living on right now and could die if I came off. And I'm going to try and temporarily put myself on our topping lift. And that should stop me from falling to the deck whilst we untie and remove the old one. The old halyard, that is. This seems like a good plan, right?
So it's a bit of a race against the light now. The sun has pretty much set. If all goes smoothly, this should be a fairly straightforward thing. The main test is if Ian can now tie himself off securely enough that we can take off the safety line of the main halyard, because he's at the absolute top of the mast and there's nothing else higher that he can tie off to. Yeah.
Let's see. All right.
Okay. Lowering you down a little bit.
Okay, I think that's worked.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any weight on it down here.
Terrifying. Okay, ready?
Yes, I'll take it off the winch now and you'll pull it all up through, yeah?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. A new halyard will appear in a second. It appears in a second.
That's the chafed bit of the main halyard just gone through the clutch and into the mast. That is the scary bit that was going to break with weight on it if anything was going to. So as long as it doesn't get stuck at the top, the rest should be kind of smooth.
That's the damage section, so it can't be much more to go. Oh, there's a lot more to go. I just looked down. Okay, we'll be here a while.
So this afternoon I stitched the new halyard onto the old halyard and then just taped around to try and keep it smooth. This is the crucial bit that if it goes wrong, we are completely screwed, because not only do we then not have a main halyard inside the mast, but most importantly, Ian will be stuck up there.
What you can't tell is the minute wobbling of the boat makes for really big wobbles up here. Quite intense. Good to go?
Yeah, that's just the new halyard going inside the mast now.
Great. New halyard in the mast. Yes! Got it!
Woohoo!
Be aware I'm going to drop this line, okay?
Yes.
Okay, line below.
Okay.
That's the old halyard gone. So now I'm actually cutting the one line that got me up here. I'm not usually scared of heights, but wobbling around and cutting the line that's keeping you alive doesn't feel natural. That feels like it's holding.
That's good news.
That has my weight on it, so I'm going to take the safeties off and then I can come down.
Ready to come down?
Yep.
Okay.
That one was quite nerve-wracking.
I bet. And he's down, and he's safe, and I didn't drop him. The job is done. It's definitely getting dark. The moon is giving us most of our light now, but well done. That was quite an important job, and one that I didn't think we'd get done this week in this weather.
No, and I'm normally not all that rattled going up the mast, but when you're cutting the line that's supporting you...
Yeah, I was holding my breath down here.
That's not a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm very glad that worked. I really hope that the knot I tied is good enough to keep this halyard up, so I'd have to do that again.
You were there for a little while, and it did look like you were retying it 3 times just to be really sure.
It will not come undone.
I will admit that the camera at the top of the mast stopped filming at some point during that process, so right now we have no idea if we filmed the whole thing or if you just saw me lifting Ian up and then dropping him again. If that happened, it went really well. Nothing went wrong. I was a little bit scared, but all is fine. So that is how you replace a line of your main halyard when you're in the middle of nowhere. Thanks for joining us for this extra video, and if you missed today's full-length episode where we sailed through a 50-knot storm to reach Beveridge Reef, you can watch that right now. Or enjoy even more videos from my time here as we head underwater to dive the pass and come face to face with the most inquisitive sharks we have ever seen.